Gonna be working with Dakota again, and just having her stand by the block here real quick. And I'm gonna go work on these hind feet, and she's made definite improvements on these hind feet. Gonna pick it up. We can actually like kind of hold it more than I did before. So that looks pretty good. I'm gonna click her while the foot is up, and then I'm gonna go ahead and feed her. So before I was just doing a lot of petting of her hind legs and then just kind of lifting for a second that you've seen before. Now I've actually built up to actually holding it up, like right here. Perfect. Click again while it's up. I just have that mounting block kind of just in the way. Like I don't have to stand on it like that, but just kind of in the way, just in case she were to like kick out, something like that. I don't think she is, but I just have that for now, and I'll get rid of that eventually. But she's definitely made a lot of progress. I've done a lot of steps, so this behavior is pretty solid compared to the other ones where I'm like criticizing all these other things, but I've taken a lot more time and broken it down a lot more so you can see hopefully the difference between this and the other things that I've taught her, like mounting, she has issues with or is uncomfortable with, putting the saddle on, going forward like into canter and lunging. So just kind of watch how much time I spend on those things versus this and kind of the outcomes of those things. And I think it's kind of interesting. I got asking her to back up so she has her weight off of that front foot so I can pick it up. She was not standing where she could easily have it up. But now I'm holding it up and we're getting ready to pick them out. And she's a lot more relaxed, so she looks a lot better than she has before. But we've definitely done quite a few sessions on her feet. And I could have definitely done it in a better way, but at the time, this is what I thought was the best way. So but we got some actual lifting. Like she kind of moves it around a bit, but she's not kicking and she's not pulling away. She's just kind of figuring it out because she really doesn't have any experience with her feet being handled, so it's pretty new for her. Um, so this is where we're kind of where we're at. This looks really nice. She's nice and letting me just kind of play with it a little bit and move it around. I want their hind legs to be very malleable. Like I say with my Mustangs when I'm teaching with them, like I want this toe resting on the ground before I pick it up, and then I can pick it up and kind of bend it. That looks perfect. That is textbook exactly what I want right now. So that's what I'm looking for. I want that toe rest, and then I can pick it up from there so that I'm not getting this big kicking motion of asking the horse to pick their foot up. And I like that I can move it around, I can stretch it out, I can bend it up a little bit, and she's pretty cool with all of that. So this looks very good. I'm really happy with all of that. I'm just going to let her stand here and I'm going to hang out with her while she gets a couple treats because that was perfect. That's the best one we've done so far. So I'm really, really happy with that. And then I'm also going to be working with the bridle today. This is her first time seeing the bridle. I have a Mullen mouthpiece. It's a rubber mouthpiece, but I just want her to kind of see the bridle itself first. And she thinks that she's supposed to be backing up. I don't think she's necessarily afraid of the bridle itself, but we've been doing a lot of the backup, so I think she's just kind of defaulting to that right now. But really, all I want her to do is to target it. And again, looking back on this series with her, I should have taught her to target a lot sooner than I actually did because it would have helped me in so many things. But I just want to point that out as I go here. So she's kind of avoiding here. Um, so I'm just going with her. Um, I think she's got a mixture at this point of she thought she was supposed to be doing the backup, and then she was like, I don't really want that near my face. So it's at like that second time she started back up, I thought that was a little bit of a mix of avoidance and she's thinking do the backup, but she's also like, I don't really want that on my face. So a little bit of both. But I'm just kind of touching her with it on the neck and then clicking and feeding. But yeah, if I would have taught her to target, then I could have had her just targeting the headstall, which you would see in detail with Atlas and Caster, but very specifically in detail with Atlas because I had to break it down very small. So if you want to see that, we can watch his video series. But yeah, I'm trying to show it to her. She has no interest in it, and she doesn't know how to target. So I'm just like setting her up to fail basically. So she's just like, okay, back away, like you want to back up, because that's what we had been working on. So there she kind of just happened to walk forward and bump into it, which is good, and then I can reward from there. But if I would have just taken the time to have her touch a target, which she did touch a target as far as touching that whip in her first video, but we hadn't done anything since then. So she really doesn't know how to target. And then she's just confused, so she's offering me other behaviors. There, that was good. So she came forward and I went ahead and clicked her and fed her for touching it, but she went forward because I asked her to from the later. So again, teaching her what the target, making sure she's good and solid. When I ask her to target, she'll target it, and then starting to have her touch other objects after she knows the specific object that I used to as a target. So those are all important steps. But yeah, she's not really interested in it, and it's really helpful to have the horse be super interested in it. Um, Especially for a bit because then they want to kind of mouth it and they are curious about it because that's kind of be the next step. But it also works for a halter too. So, but yeah, right now I've created a backup, move forward, touch the headstall. So that's not exactly what I want, but um, that's what we have working right now at this moment. So, um, but yeah, what I usually do is the horse already knows how to target with a target stick. Then they know how to target other objects. And then when I bring out the headstall or the bridle, they're ready to target it right away. And then I just shape that target to where they start putting their nose in, putting their head further in, and then start sliding it up their ears, up over their head and over their ears is where I go. And then I start working on the bit from there. But she just doesn't really understand at this point. She thinks maybe she's supposed to move her feet. That was really good, actually, right there. She kind of stuck her nose in, and that looks like it was just by accident, but that was actually what I wanted at that point. So yeah, so she still thinks it's a foot thing. So she's offering me behaviors. So she offered the backup, then she offered a side pass. Now she's putting her nose in, but she's offering me things. So it's important not to punish them. Just kind of redirect, be like, no, that's not what I wanted right now, but that's but she's trying to give me something. She just doesn't know what it is that I want. It's not on cue control. So she doesn't have like she has a cue for those behaviors, but it's not under stimulus control either. So she doesn't know like what time to do it or under what circumstances to do it. So um, that's the issue that we have right now. But it's not a big deal. But I just want to point those out as I go. So she's not being bad. She's just trying to offer me behavior she's had been working on, or she thinks I want at the time, or that looks similar to things she's worked on in the past. But that was a good start for her with the bridle, so not too bad.